In this chapter, we are going to discuss about human activities. Human activities can be economic activities or non-economic activities. Human activities can also be identified as primary activities, secondary activities, tertiary activities. These days, the tertiary activities are further subdivided as quaternary activities and quinary activities also. So in this chapter we are basically going to discuss about the primary activities of human beings. But before that we should understand what actually human activities are. In order to subsist, human beings need to engage in some type of activities which can provide him the things that is needed for his existence. These type of activities are called human activities. Now these can further be identified as economic activities and non-economic activities. Those activities which are done with the intention of earning an income, or those activities in which human beings get engaged with the intention of earning an income, or which could generate income for him for satisfying his needs, are called economic activities. There are many different types of activities which are not done with the intention of earning an income, and these are called non-economic activities. There are many examples for that. For example, your mother working at home and caring for you is a non-economic activity. But the moment the work that your mother do in your kitchen is done by a maid, you have to pay for that. And that work for the maid is an economic activity. The same example you can cite about a teacher coming to your home and providing you private tuition. That is an economic activity. But when your father or your brother or anyone elder in your family guides you, it is not for remuneration, and so it is a non-economic activity. I have also explained to you that the economic activities can broadly be identified as primary, secondary and tertiary activities. Here we are basically going to discuss about the primary activities today. Primary activities are those economic activities which relate with the exploitation of the gifts of nature. Human beings engage himself in doing different types of work, and there are certain types of works which relates with the exploitation of the gifts of nature for satisfying one's need. These type of activities are called primary activities. For example, hunting, gathering, pastoral activities, fishing, forestry, agriculture, mining, quarrying. These are some examples of primary activities. Primary activities are also called red collar workers. Those people who are engaged in primary activities, they are called red collar workers, because people are engaged in outdoor work, and this type of work is done by those people which are identified as red collar workers. So human beings, from the time they came on earth, they have been engaging in such activities which could satisfy their needs. And in the beginning, their needs were very minimum, and they were basically concerned about satisfying their hunger, and for that they used to engage in gathering of whatever or collecting whatever was available in the surroundings. They also used to get engaged in animal hunting. Initially, the small creatures and later on even bigger creatures were hunted which could provide them flesh. With the passage of time, they started understanding the environment, and they also started domesticating certain animals which uh, can be domesticated. So that these activities, these human activities, helped human beings in satisfying their needs. So these come in the category of economic activities. But these were the economic activities which were oldest economic activities of human beings, which were used by them for satisfying their needs. Hunting and gathering and pastoralism, or rearing of cattle and animals, these were the earliest or the oldest economic activities of human beings. Primitive people depended on wild animals in a great way for their survival. They used to hunt these animals and satisfy their hunger and other needs. For example, the skin of the animals used to provide them a covering for their body to protect them from the harsh climatic conditions that might be existing in that physical condition. Even today, this type of economic activities are practiced by human beings in certain parts of the world. But basically, these are done in those regions which are having very extreme conditions. Either they are very cold or very hot climatic conditions, and the situation is not suitable for doing agriculture, which can provide them the basic things, in a regular manner. So in these regions, people basically get involved in this type of activities which we identify as hunting and gathering. Normally, primitive societies extract both plants and animals to satisfy their needs for food, shelter, and clothing. And this type of activity requires small amount of capital investment also, and also operates at a very low level of technology. So in such primitive societies which exist in different parts of the world, this type of economic activities is still prevalent, but it has got modified. It is not as primitive as it was done in the earlier times, but it has got modified with the development of technology and the change in the need of the people. People have been engaging in hunting and gathering activities, but in a very modified manner, and collecting of leaves, different type of materials that could be extracted from the plants, from the forests. These are done, but in a very modified manner in the present time.